Hello everybody, it's Miss Amy. I thought I would give you a quick tour of the gardens tonight before I am done. The green beans are doing great. I'm probably going to have to pick them again tomorrow. We've had several rains. In fact, we had a downpour tonight when I was getting ready to come out and mow the grass, and it's really wet. So we have had some cooler temperatures, a lot of rain. Um, Everything got a nice side dressing of compost. They got some nutrients added last week. These are salad tomatoes and they're starting to ripen up. I think we'll have a good quantity this week. These are a determinate slicer. They're going to take a little bit longer. These are the big beef, our regular slicer, and there are a couple of them that are starting to get blush colored. I'm really excited. We are going to have some heat this week, which the tomatoes will love. They will absolutely love that. They are filling out. Some of them are getting ripe. The early tomatoes you may have seen have been coming to the farm stand. I've had a dozen or more for each of the farm stands for the last week. These are big mamas. These are the ones that we typically use for salsa and canning. They are starting to look a lot better after this rain. There are quite a few that are starting to turn red in there. The baby beets are ready, so if you want baby beets this week, get in touch and let me know. The peppers are also doing great. These are Carmens. If you're not familiar with the sweet Carmen, they are a bull's horn type pepper. They taste like a bell pepper, but without the acid. So for many people that have given up eating peppers because they get acid reflux or indigestion, that may be an option for you. The bell peppers have been fantastic already this season. We have had bell peppers bigger and earlier than we have ever had. The cherry tomatoes are just starting. I had half a pound yesterday at the farm stand, and it looks like I may get a pound or so for Wednesday, if they last until Wednesday. If they need to be picked before then, I will let you know. They are, again, on an 8-foot high trellis, and I think they're going to get there. The yellow pear tomatoes, I'm still watching for them to actually turn yellow. They are starting to get some white streaks and some white markings on them, which usually means that they're about to turn color. The cucumbers are coming. I've picked quite a few, and actually I have a few left over from the farm stand today if you're interested. In a couple of days, that one will be ready to be picked. And there are oodles of them in there. This is a 4-foot section of cucumbers on this trellis. I have an 12-foot trellis of them in the other garden. We're going to have cukes. There's a bed of green beans in the other garden that I've started picking. This bed of green beans is flowering and will probably start to give in about 10 days. Carrots are coming back in this garden. We're almost out of the original patch of carrots in the first garden. There are beets coming in several different stages. Sorry, I have my rubber boots on because it's so wet out. If you would like a large amount of basil to do pesto or freeze it in olive oil or dehydrate it, let me know this week because they need to be picked. The sage was cut back and it's coming back great. There's quite a bit of chives here that need to be cut out in the next week or two. The oregano needs to be trimmed back, so if you want some of that to dehydrate or use for a sauce, that would be great. The Italian parsley is ready to be harvested as well. The cilantro, on the other hand, is slow poke. This patch of peas is just about done. In fact, this week it will probably get cut and pulled out. I do have ornamental gourds and pumpkins growing alongside here. So we'll take the peas down and then we'll start to get the gourds and pumpkins trellised up. This is my peppermint and it needs to go in the dehydrator this week. Thanks to Sally, I have some lemon thyme growing, and maybe in another 10 days or so it will be big enough that I can start to cut. Mojito mint needs to be trimmed back this week, so if you want some mojito mint, we've got that. Same with the lemon balm. The regular thyme is doing great. The rosemary, I've cut it several times, but it is starting to rebound. Let's see what else. Oh, here. in the mini hoop house, we have the broccoli coming, and it's doing okay. I need to give it some more amendments and kind of get in there and cultivate that soil a little bit this week and see if I can get them coming with a little bit more speed. There are some cabbages coming. Again, these will be a small variety. That one's pretty. And then I just seeded some kohlrabi in this bed, so we will hopefully have some kohlrabi in about 45 days. The enclosed garden, I seeded carrots in this bed, and I'm hopeful that we'll see them start to germinate this week. I reseeded kale and cilantro and covered it with insect netting here. And again, I'm hoping that those will germinate this week. I did finally get my bale of seed starting mix so I can start some more microgreens this week. And I believe I will have some basil microgreens that will be ready to cut this week, probably for Wednesday. The bucket brigade of trials are going well. These are pimento peppers, and they are starting to show some color on quite a few of them. It might take most of the week to get there. This is the confetti pepper, which is a multicolored pepper. We've got some that are striped. We have some that are turning orange. We have some that are going more red. They've been really fun to watch, and I'm packaging those in a small container. We're going to do 10 of them for $2.50, and it'll just be a variety of whatever is ready on that particular farm stand day. There are 4 of each different varieties. This one is Lemon Dream, and it doesn't look like any of them are actually yellow today. I picked them earlier in the week and for yesterday's stand, but these will turn such a bright, pretty yellow. Oh, here's one that's just starting. All of these are sweet peppers. They're all technically used for, they're called snacking peppers, but they're sweet peppers. They have good flavor. They freeze up really well. I did put some in the freezer the other day. So they would be great to get in the freezer and have for winter when you're looking to add some flavor and color to your dishes. So that's the update here. Things are doing pretty well. Trying to manage the weeds and keep things under control. I did get all of the other garden weeded thoroughly today. Tomorrow I'm going to work on trellising the squash. There are spaghetti squash coming. There are single serve or a 2-person squash, and they are setting fruits right now. The acorn squash are up and starting to go up the trellis. There are long English style slicing cucumbers that are really doing well. I've got a pie pumpkin in over there that's doing well. There is an ornamental pumpkin over there that I think is going to take over the world. And just a lot of different things are going all at once. I'm going to reseed a few things tomorrow so that we have some longer season crops coming, and we just keep doing it. We just keep doing it. Weed, trim, pick, seed, start over. Hopefully I will get all of the peas pulled out this week in both of the gardens and get those beds amended, get some new things planted in, and then start to map out what day I need to plant peas if we want fall peas. So that's the update here. I would walk out and show you the raspberry patch. However, with our weather being kind of topsy-turvy, the bees were upset when I was out there earlier, so I'm going to leave them alone. But the red raspberries are starting to give a fairly decent harvest. Again, this early harvest from the raspberries is not the big harvest. I will get a bigger harvest as we get closer to the end of August and into September. But the raspberries are doing really well. I reduced the size of the patches and pruned them hard this spring. I pulled one variety out because it was underperforming here, and the 3 patches that are here have been great performers so far. Boy, it's just foggy tonight. So that's the update. If you need something, want something, have questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Facebook made some changes in the last week that affected how the business pages work and how I interact with it. And frankly, it's terrible. It takes a lot of time waiting to go from my personal feed to Miss Amy's feed. The messaging is so much better. If you want to get in touch, please use Messenger. Those are very reliable. The Facebook notifications, if you make a comment on my page right now, is pretty unreliable. And look, it's my least favorite trio. They have been eating everything here of value. And they're not really afraid. The neighbor has an apple tree, so they come and stand on their hind legs and eat the apples. Then they come to my place and eat the gourmet stuff. So the answer to the question, do you have problems with deer? Yes. We have problems with lots of deer and rabbits this year. I'm done for the night, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great night. I hope you go into a great week. Remember, I will be open Wednesday from 3 until 6, Saturday morning from 9 until noon, and then Sunday morning from 10 until noon. Outside of those hours, you can always make a request and we can coordinate. If there's something that you want and I have it ready, I will do my best to get it picked and washed and packed and ready for you. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.